This is my base after 1 year in the Meadows. I'll show you around. From up here, I can show you my carrot farm. Over here, I have turnips. Over here, I have honey. I have not found onions yet because I just got my frost potions sorted out. And I've just started venturing into the mountains, but there are no mountains. This is my starting island right here. This goes into here, all the way down here. There's some swamps, and there's two mountains down here. So this is my starting map. This is my starting island. This is the exploring that I've done. And I've found in my travels that I have this gigantic starting continent, and the continent that I explored due west of me is also an enormous continent that goes all the way down to the Ashlands. I started floating around down here, and I was I was in peril, very perilous. So in my explorations, though, I found all the traders, I found several of the bosses, and I've had myself a pretty good time. Let's show you what I've been up to. Here's my little bedroom. Very humble. I have a portal in my bedroom that's marked home, and nothing's connected to it. This is my first floor. This is my living area, my table o' treasure, the dragon egg I found, Twiggy facing the corner like a bad boy. For some reason, he got turned around. Here's my meager kitchen. Just a few things in here. Some mead kettle or fermenters. These are my supplies. I've got turnips and carrots and mushrooms. An extra of everything. So much resin, so many feathers. I've hunted birds and boar. Then I finally found a boar and tamed it. Then I found a 2-star boar. So we got onto the front porch here. Oop. This is my domain. Down here I've got all my supplies. I've got stacks of wood, carts of wood, core wood, fine wood. These are all full of stone. Here's my itty bitty workshop with just a few things. These are my mob drops from each biome that I've collected. I've been especially busy in the swamp, as you can see. Some plains material, nothing from the Ashlands or Mistlands. What I've been working on lately is my portal hub, so let's go there now. Which I decided to put straight down here in this building. They're all in a line. With some boxes, I can jump in and out and dump stuff off. So I have found Haldor, the Bog Witch. I've set up a boar farm. Let's go have a look at that first. If you don't know, boar are super important. Not just the meat, but more importantly, the hides, the leather scraps that you can get. So there I was, minding my own business, running around in a meadow at night, when all of a sudden, a 2-star boar stumbled across my path. So as fast as I could, I'd already hit him a few times with my weapon too. As fast as I could, I made a little pen right here. And if you're taming 2-star or 1-star that spawn at night, if you don't have them taming by dawn, they despawn. So I had to hurry. So I built a little pen here, and then I went looking for him, and I couldn't find him. I was looking, and I was looking, and I was so scared. Finally, I stumble across him, get him into the pen, get another boar, get them together, they make babies, so I built this. I planted trees all along the perimeter with core wood logs. This is before I had raids turned off. So this was raid proof. I'll show you more around my home base and what I did to raid proof it as well. So then back here, inside here, got all my boar, 2-star boar, just chilling like villains. And I sit right here, and as they're born, they fall down this chute. Up here are my little piggies. I've got one there, and I've got one there, and I throw them raspberries, and they drop little babies outside of from behind there. You can see the floor is taken out in the back 2 squares so that they just fall. So as a result of that, they never stop breeding, and the babies just fall down and turn into boars. And as a result of that, I have that and that and that. Oop, there's another baby. Hey, buddy. So each one of those is what? 200? It's like about 600. Then I've got hundreds and hundreds of leather scraps. And then more boar meat down here. I've got tons of trophies. Yes, boar farm. Very important for the future. The ooze bombs that you can make with those leather scraps come in so clutch in so many scenarios. All right, that's required for 1.0. I have a Greydwarf Farm. They give me all the Greydwarf eyes, all the resin, all the wood, all the stone, ancient seeds, all kinds of good stuff that is very helpful. It's kind of shut down at the minute. I put these posts in to keep them from spawning in a few locations, to keep them spawning around the braziers. I have it shut down right now because I want to rebuild it. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, but it has netted me that much resin, that, and all of that stuff. So let's see what's going on out here. Is anything going on? Just a little tiny island with a Greydwarf spawner, and by luck, as luck would have it, it was directly across from, those islands aren't rendering in, but that little house right over there, we'll go visit here shortly. So I found a plains island, which, as you know, is crucial for setting up your plains farm for barley and flax. And one island over was a Greydwarf spawner. So I set that up quick and dirty, and I go AFK there, and it does its magic. Also important for 1.0. After that, we've got a tree farm. And while I'm generally against violence to trees, it's kind of necessary at times. In here, I've got tons and tons, hundreds of seeds, as you know, as you saw there. Thousands of pieces of wood in here. Oh, there's some. There. I've already brought some back to the base. Several hundred there. Here's my tree farm. It's a tiered structure with various levels. I need to finish planting it. I didn't finish that day. And when you start knocking this top row down, which are oaks, they start falling down into these layers, and the logs roll down, and they roll down, and they roll down. And I've got 2 sides of a mountain that I carved out for this project. And it's been working like a charm. It works so good. Hundreds and hundreds of wood at a time. And I plant it, and I just come back whenever I remember. Fine wood, fine wood, fine wood. So, also very important, wood is your friend. My goal is to build a house in each biome, a big house, but only with the materials from the next biome. In this house, you'll find wood and core wood, but no metal, no iron. I have a Draugr farm. When I found Haldor, he was in a Meadows. And since Meadows are fair game for this initial playthrough prep for 1.0, I explored it a little bit way up here. And wouldn't you know it, a Draugr Village. So this is where I have, that's an archer. So this is where I do bow practice. I do hand-to-hand. And I have basically a good old time. Oh! I probably should eat if we're going to keep doing this tour. Anyway, as a result of that, I've got all of the entrails I could want for now. And the coveted Draugr Elite Trophy, which is vital for something. I can't remember what's necessary for crafting, but I'll figure it out when the time comes. Draugr Farm. Get yourself one prior to 1.0. It's in the Meadows. My thinking is that if new content comes out, I don't want to miss anything too much. So I'm just going to stay relatively unexplored. All right, my next thing is the Lox Pen. As I was hunting for a plains farm, I stumbled across this little island here, which I thought, oh boy, I'll use that. Or it was actually this little island that I was going to turn into a farm, but there was a camp on that island as well as several lochs. So I captured the lochs, wiped out the island, and turned it into my fishing spot and swimming spot. So I'll swim over to it, fish over there, swim back, get my experience up. This is my little plains lox farm. I'm not harvesting them yet. I'll put them in a breeder one of these days and get myself a ton of lox. I've got Billy and Large Marge over there. And they'll give me all the lox meat I could want, as well as several other key ingredients. Lox farm. Get yourself a lox farm. Very important. And again, I'm sorry if if the production values on this video are wanting. Plains farm, also very important when the time comes. Right now, I'm not using any of the things that I'm growing here. But at some point, I'm going to need thousands of flax and hundreds of barley, and it's just going to be necessary. So the first camp that I raided, which was way over here in this little tiny plains biome, I set up a little outpost right here on some high ground and lured the plains camp, that camp right there, lured them into the swamp and lured the swamp over until everybody was dead. Got myself some flax and some barley, and I planted it here. Well, I wasn't very thorough with my spawn protection, and I'm sitting here one night just hanging out, kind of AFK, not paying any attention, and I just get destroyed, wrecked by lochs and fueling. They just nighttime spawned in, and a mob of them just wrecked me. Then they destroyed all my flax and all my barley. So I had to find another base, raid them, and then reestablish my crop. So one of these days, that's going to be a good thing. Get yourself a barley and flax farm. Set up a portal to it. You're going to need it. Next we've got my wolves. So, why are my wolves not connected? Oh, they're connected to the depot. Well, good. Okay. So, my wolves were the last thing I was working on. And, I need to make a stairway up. Oh, I've got a stairway up. I just need to use it more. The wolf pen was the last thing I was working on, so I've got... Oh, it's down here. I've got a portal in by all my supplies called Depot. And when I want to come in and get supplies, I just change whatever portal I'm at to Depot. It feeds me right in there. I grab my supplies. I'm right back. If I need to go to bed, I just change whatever portal to home because it's never connected. And if it's an emergency, I just leave it blank, and I have one of those set up in my main hall for an emergency bug out. This is my wolf farm. I should have brought a frost potion, but I'll be able to show you easy enough. Right on the edge of the meadows is a mountain. There's nothing on this mountain except for a drake nest which I found an egg at, and one little house that had no onions in it. But it had wolves. So I dug a pit, lured some in. This was all a flat floor, and I would stand over here, and when they came running up, I'd just break the panels. Easy peasy. So I'm taming wolves, and everything's great. I'm running around one night, and a 1-star appears. So I gotta tame that. So now I've got 1-star wolves coming out of my wahoo. Because I got a breeder put together up here. And we've got Mary Lou and Rex. And it's the same idea as everything else. If you get them so far apart from the other ones, they don't know there's more than 2 wolves around, and they drop puppies all day long. And if you just go AFK here, I took a shower the other night and went AFK. There were 5 when I left and 11 when I came back. So it's a pretty good spawn, right? Anyway, I'm going to have all the fangs, wool, and wolf meat that I need, as well as one of these days I'm going to take all of these guys and we're going to travel from here where I died. Oh, stupid deaths. Stupid deaths. Don't ever run around without food. And we're going to travel from there, here, all the way back up to my main base here. And I want at least 20 or 30 of them to make the trip so that at least 2 of them survive. They're 1-star, and we're only going through Black Forest and Meadows, so I don't anticipate anything horrible happening. But I want to be safe just in case. I'll leave 2 here, and I'll take the rest up there. Okay, that needs to... Oh, let's change that. Let's go back and change that. Sorry for the hiccup. We'll get on with the tour. It's almost over. All right, now it says wolves. My depot is wide open. My blank portal is wide open. My home portal is wide open, as well as I still have several blanks, because we're going to need Mistland bases, we're going to need Ashland bases, we're going to need an Askven farm one day, I'm going to need a Mistlands garden one day. Oh, and the main part that I can't wait to work on is this. My docks. I'm going to put a long ship in here, and as soon as I have a stone cutter... Oh, the video's getting dark. Let me just go ahead and sleep. I might cut this out, but I might not. The evenings in Valheim are nice as well. That's another thing I should touch on. My skills. My run's at 50, jumps at 40, wood cutting's at 43. Where's our bows are at 41. When bows get to 50, you can really start seeing the difference. Everything else I've just been farming and farming and farming and farming. And that concludes 1 year in the Meadows, prepping for 1.0. Doing everything I can think of besides conquering everything in my sight. Just bide my time in anticipation of new content coming out. I know something's going to be added to the Black Forest, so I don't want to, do everything. Day 366. Well, I hope you all enjoyed my base tour. Sigurd the Bold is doing well. One day we're going to have a boat in here. We're going to have a wolf breeder in here. We'll have Lox in here. I'll bring some boar. I'd love to find another 2-star boar and be able to... that's a long way to harpoon drag a boar. So... Oh, there goes my game crashing. So perfect ending spot. Like and subscribe. Thanks you.